Happy New Day, CSA. How is everyone doing today?
Awake and ready.
Great. It's good to be back here. Here at CSA, we believe something very simple and very powerful, that it is possible to live a balanced and fulfilled life through right personal effort and the grace of God. Now, when we look at scripture, it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things shall be added unto you." Now, let's notice the order in that promise. It doesn't say all things will just appear. It says, seek first, then the rest is added. There is a sequence, there is an order, there is a process. Think about it. From the moment we are born, we move through a process: infancy, childhood, then the awkward, beautiful chaos of adolescence, adulthood, then old age. No one skips a stage. Nobody is born and simply stands up and starts speaking full sentences. Every single one of us had to crawl before we walked. And we have a saying in Akan that says, "Enye se wotene mu a na etu." You don't just sit in a car and expect it to move. You have to turn it on or turn on the ignition. You have to shift the gear. Only then does it respond. Whatever we want to attain in this life, a career, a marriage, a healed heart, a business, a deeper walk with God, it will require a process. Some processes move quickly, others take years. But every single one of them, without exception, requires that we trust the process. That is one word, or our word for today. Trust the process. So it's quite long, so I think I'll divide it into two, and then the next time I come up here, I'll continue with the rest. So the topic for today, as I said, is trust the process. And it's no coincidence that we heard in the inspirational reading that we should trust in God and leave the rest to Him. We will look at trusting the process through vision, patience, divine timing, spiritual growth, and emotional maturity. Now I'll take them one after the other, and hopefully we can finish what I brought today in one sitting. Now we'll start with the story of Joseph in Genesis chapter 37 through 41. We met a young Joseph who dreamed of greatness. He saw sheaves of wheat bowing to him. He saw the sun, moon, and stars bowing to him. God has shown him a palace. His own brothers, the very people who should have protected him, threw him into a pit and sold him into slavery. In Egypt, Potiphar's wife falsely accused him, and he was thrown into prison for a crime he did not commit. He was forgotten there for years. Can you imagine the confusion? God, you showed me a palace. Why am I in a pit? Why am I in prison? And yet, through every single stage of that painful and fair process, God was shaping Joseph, preparing him, building in him the character and the wisdom he would need to actually sit on that throne when it finally came. Then we look at the Apostle Paul's epistle in the Romans 8:28. He says, all things work together for good to them that love God. Not some things, not just the easy things or the comfortable things, the things that make sense to us, but all things, the heartbreak, the delay, the disappointment, the pit, the prison. And then when we look at Proverbs 3, verse 6, it tells us, acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. That path he directs that not always go in a straight line. Sometimes it winds through a pit and a prison before it even reaches a palace. Now we'll also look at Bhagavad Gita, which offers us something that speaks the exact same language or the exact same truth in a different language. In chapter 2, verse 47, Krishna tells Arjuna, you have a right to perform your duty, but not to the fruits of your actions. Your job is to focus on the work in front of you, not to obsess over the outcome, not to demand the reward on your own timetable. The fruit will come, but it comes in its own time. This is exactly what Joseph lived out in that pit and in that prison. He didn't know when the palace was coming. He simply kept doing the next right thing faithfully in the dark. And that is the same truth many of us must embrace today. Do your part, trust God, and let the process unfold in its own time. Now let me bring this closer to home, to Ghana, to our own lives. Think about Dr. Patrick Ewua, the founder of Ashesi University. He was a man with a comfortable job in America, a good salary, a good life, who left it all to start a university in Ghana. When he began, people doubted him. He faced financial hardship. He faced skepticism from every direction. Logistical hurdles nearly broke him, but he trusted the process. Today, Ashesi is one of the most respected universities on this entire continent, shaping leaders of integrity for Africa's future. Then I want to share something from my own life as well. As a young lady fresh out of school, I applied for job after job for 2 full years without success. I had a dream of working in a large organization, an international organization. 5 times I was shortlisted for interviews, once at UNDP, twice at the US Embassy, and once at the then Mobile, and also once at British Petroleum, which was BP. And each time I was turned away because I lacked the required experience. I remember asking the interviewer at the US Embassy where she wants me to get the experience before I get hired, especially if she did not give me the opportunity to do so. She told me they needed someone with experience who would hit the ground running. So they don't have time to train somebody new. They just want somebody who is already experienced, who can get the work done. That could have discouraged me forever. Instead, it told me something different, that I was capable, but I needed to build myself further. So I took jobs at private companies. And there I was sponsored in training in computer skills. And that was around the time that computers had just been introduced here in Ghana. I also got training in customer service and office procedures. I kept learning, I kept volunteering, I kept trusting the process. And then one day, out of nowhere, a friend asked me, "Would you like to work at the US Embassy?" And I said, "Sure." Once I was truly ready, the job came to me effortlessly. Now, let me share another story of mine, because this one is close to my heart. 2 years ago, after my late husband Ataya's passing, I fell into a deep depression. I had a strong urge to just quit my job. I no longer found meaning in what I was doing. But I shared this with two of my trusted colleagues, and they gently asked me to wait, to hold on until my retirement age, which was still 2 years away. I took their advice, and in that waiting, I did the work. I practiced hatha yoga, I cultivated gratitude day after day, even when it was hard. Then this year, my workplace announced a separation incentive that I simply could not refuse. I felt deep in my spirit that this was my sign to finally say goodbye. And today, I feel calm, I feel happy about that decision. But, brothers and sisters, I had to do the work on myself first. I had to trust the process. What am I trying to say to you with all of these stories? Timing is of essence in a process. Delay is not denial. Every one of these stories, Patrick's and mine, remind us of the same truth. We are here to mature, to grow into our full potential. And that maturing is a process. It cannot be rushed. Now, let me paint one more picture for you because I want this truth to stick. Let's think about how fine wine is made. Grapes are picked, not whenever someone feels like it, but at their peak ripeness, when sugar, acid, and flavor are perfectly balanced. They are sorted carefully. They go through fermentation. Afterward, the liquid is transferred into vessels, stainless steel or wooden barrels, depending on the wine or the wine being made, white or red wine. And there it rests, it matures. Nothing is rushed. Then it is filtered to remove every impurity before it is finally bottled and corked. Some wines are released to the market within months. Others are kept deliberately in a controlled environment for years, aging, deepening, becoming something extraordinary, what we call vintage wine. If any single one of these stages is skipped, the wine will never reach its full character. It will not be what it was meant to be. We are no different. We must be ready and willing to do the work, finding our purpose, focusing on our goals, even in the middle of dire or devastating situations. Gathering every skill and tool that will carry us where we are going. And then we must rest and let God do his part. Trust that God is in the process with you. Trust that he is placing in your path right now the very people and circumstances that will help you along your journey. Look back over your own life for a moment. Notice how, in your most difficult season, one person or one thing always seemed to come through for you at just the right time. That was not luck, that was God at work. This is what it meant to trust the process, trusting divine timing. Our needs are being met right now on time and in divine order. Nothing about your life is late. Nothing is out of sequence. Even when you cannot see the how, the universe is already at work, quietly bringing together the people, the circumstances, and the opportunities that will make it happen for you. This seems easy to say from up here where I'm sitting, and much harder for the one who is waiting. I don't know what you are going through right now, but remember, the car. You don't turn on the ignition and expect it to instantly arrive at your destination. There is a road to travel. There are turns to make. There are moments to slow down and moments to press forward. Trusting the process means trusting that every step of that road is preparing you for the next one. So, when the answer hasn't come yet, when the door hasn't opened yet, when the person or the opportunity you are praying for hasn't shown up yet, trust that it is being arranged. Your job is not to force it. Your job is not to manipulate it or worry it into being. Your job is simply to keep doing your part, sitting in silence, staying open, taking the next inspired step in front of you, and let the universe and God arrange the rest. Trust the process of getting it done. So I'm going to pause here. I want all this to sink in, and then the next time I come, I'll continue. But before I leave, I want us to do an affirmation. So let's all sit in an upright, relaxed position. I'm going to read through once, and then we'll say it together. Things are working out for me. Things have always worked out for me. Even though I do not see it, things will always work out for me. I am grateful. I am thankful that it is so. Now I'll read through and then you repeat after me. Things are working out for me.
Things are working out for me.
Things have always worked out for me.
Things have always worked out for me.
Even though I do not see it,
Even though I do not see it,
things will always work out for me.
things will always work out for me.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
I am thankful
I am thankful
that it is so.
that it is so.
We'll take it again. Things are working out for me.
Things are working out for me.
Things have always worked out for me.
Things have always worked out for me.
Even though I do not see it,
Even though I do not see it,
things will always work out for me.
things will always work out for me.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
I am thankful
I am thankful
that it is so.
that this is so.
We'll take that for the last time. Things are working out for me.
Things are working out for me.
Things have always worked out for me.
Things have always